Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this afternoon, right before I go to work, of course. So I actually was in a pretty good mood this morning, even though I was running on 6, 7 hours sleep. So I'm still a little bit tired, but other than that, um, I'm returning to you for a album review this afternoon. Sorry, I thought I heard some background noise in the background, so please forgive me on overhearing things too much, I guess. This is for Kim Petras' new album, Feed the Beast, that I did get a chance to listen to uh, for this whole album. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this new debut album by Kim Petras, the singer-songwriter from Germany, and let you know my thoughts on this German singer and songwriter Kim Petras' new album, Feed the Beast. So let's dive into this album review. Now, the songs are not very long. One of the songs I heard earlier this year, which was by Sam Smith, which is on Holy. It's the, bonus track of this album or whatever. I think when it starts off with the title track, Feed the Beast, I think that was a pretty good track. I mean, yeah, it's more dubstep or electronics music and all that, and it didn't sound so bad. Uh, Kim Petra's vocals were pretty good in it. Even though some of it was auto-tuned, I still think it did perform pretty good. So 5 out of 5. Alone featuring Nicki Minaj is decent. I think Nicki Minaj's verse was kind of weak. Very weak, I should say. It was kind of the letdown for the song, but Kim Petras actually sung pretty well in this track. Even though there were some repetitive moments in the second verse when it repeats ride a few times, and I just wasn't feeling for it, that part of the song, and also Nicki Minaj's verse. So I'd give this a decent 4 out of 5. I mean, it's not terrible, but there are some mixing problems with this track, with how the track is almost underperformed. King of Hearts is a solid one. I think it's not so bad. Um, Electronic music wise, it has its moments where it's good and bad, but I still think it performed all right. There were some EDM moments at the beginning of the track that just didn't sync well with me, and that's probably why I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5 for this one. Thousand Pieces is a solid one too. Didn't hate this for what it went for, just it's a good track in its own way. So 4.5 out of 5. Kim Petra's vocals are not so bad in this one. Uh-Oh is average. I mean, there was a lot of cringe moments with this song, but I still think it tried to play it safe a bit. So 3.5 out of 5. It's just some of the way Kim Petras is singing the track and kind of, uh, I think, rapping or whatever. I don't know if she is or not, but that's how I'm viewing it. But 3.5 out of 5. Revelations is a solid one. Didn't hate this for what it went for. Just think it's a good track in its own way. There are some lyrics that I don't know if executed well, but still, good track in its own way. 4.5 out of 5. Bait featuring Banks is a decent song. I mean, there were some moments where it did all right and some moments where it was weak. Mostly with Banks trying to rap. I just wasn't feeling for her verse or whatever. Kim Petras sounded a little weak with her vocals a little bit, but not to the point where it was terrible. So 4 out of 5. Sex Talk is an average track. Some of the lyrics kind of throw me off. And just the way Kim Petras is singing it kind of is a little cringe at times, but I think it tried to play it safe. So 3.5 out of 5. Hit It From the Back. Another sexual song, but I think was pretty solid with how she was singing the track. So 4.5 out of 5. Claws is a decent song. I wouldn't say it's my favorite one. I think the best song on here was Feed the Beast. And that was probably, and the other solid tracks were pretty solid too, meaning good in their own way. So those are the strong highlights for the album, the 5 and 4.5 out of 5 songs. So I'd give Claws a 4 out of 5. It's decent, just some underperformed moments in the track that didn't execute too well over me, but I still think it did all right. Decent, I should have said. Minute is a solid one. I don't hate this for what it went for. I just think it's good in its own way. Just has some weak moments throughout the song with how Kim Petras is singing certain moments in the track, like the verses. But it didn't perform too bad. 4.5 out of 5. Coconuts, decent song. Lyrically, it has its iffy moments. But I think with what the song's trying to do is performing not too bad with Kim Petras' vocals, so 4 out of 5. Castle in the Sky is a solid one. This was probably the second best song on this album. Yeah, EDM wise, not very good, but I still think it was worth a listen. This one, so 4.5 out of 5. Burr is decent. It has some weak moments, but I think mixing wise it did alright, and Kim Petras' vocals was pretty solid, so 4 out of 5. And finally, we get to the bonus track, Unholy, featuring Sam Smith. Well, this was originally Sam Smith's song, which she wanted to add this on her album as the bonus track to close the album. And I think it's an average song. Wouldn't say it's my favorite song this year, but it's something. And sorry about the background noise. My nephew is throwing his temper tantrum. He's a toddler, so that's going to happen. 3.5 out of 5. Overall production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Kim Petras' Feed the Beast album was a okay album. There were some underperformed moments in this album with certain songs like Uh-Oh, Sex Talk. Then you have, like, what is it? Unholy, featuring Sam Smith. That was the weak bonus track to end the album. It wasn't the worst, but it was slightly weak. And certain 4 out of 5 songs, like Alone. Alone wasn't bad. It just, Nicki Minaj's verse was kind of the cringe moment that made me roll my eyes back like, oh my fucking god, this bitch doesn't shut up. That's just how I feel when I listen to Nicki Minaj's verse. It's just like, it's so predictable, and it's such garbage with what she tries to come up with. It's mostly garbage with what she comes up with. So if I were to give this album a score, I think I'm going to give it an okay rating of a 6.5 out of 10. It's okay, not the best album this year, but there were some strong moments and quite a bit of weak moments that kind of ruined the album. But I wouldn't trash this album to say. I would just say there are some things you'll like about it and some things that will kind of throw you off with this album if you're trying to dissect it, I guess. But pretty much 6.5 out of 10 for Kim Petras' Feed the Beast album. Thank you guys for watching.